Andale, andale, andale. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the application. Yeah, it, it's funny. It's different countries. Andale means different things. Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways, yeah. I'm sorry, Cliff. It's some words in Spanish they mean different things in different countries. Ay, because 2 years ago. Yeah, yeah. 2 years ago, I did not know even one word in Spanish. Yeah, but right now, let's focus. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna checking like laptop connection. Yeah, 2 minutes left. Right. So I'm fully back with you. Um, if any questions, comments, discussions, while we wait for others, because um, well, okay, I have to make an admission. I don't have coffee. I don't have coffee. No coffee. Oh,
At your house or just at your desk?
I rent an apartment that has a office room, so just for this class, yeah. But I guess I forgot to buy coffee.
Oh, you mean so you can't make any? Gotcha.
No, no, no. Well, okay, it's a shame to admit I'm a coffee snob. Okay, I'm coffee snob.
I am Essa. That's why I was so alarmed.
It is a problem for coffee snob, right? Because
Yeah.
my, yeah. So
So you bring your
usually,
own. Yeah.
usually I buy the best coffee as possible, but no, not today. So little bit.
Are they known for any good coffee there?
You know, I went to Gemini, that's the artificial intelligence platform,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked that question: should I bring coffee from Colombia? And artificial intelligence platform advised me that no, 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 there's no need to bring coffee because there's plenty of good coffee in Peru, right?
Mm-hmm. Did you try it?
It's a shame to admit I have not.
Oh, okay.
Well, I tried, but it was instant coffee. Like
Oh,
I know, I know. It's shame to admit. That's why I'm saying shame to admit because I know instant coffee is not coffee, but
right. It's not
I
the
promise.
same.
I promise you. I promise you. Today, I'm going to the best store and I'm gonna buy the best coffee. No, because I do love coffee, good coffee.
You have to get something that you can't get at home and that they don't sell like online or whatever, and you'll never be able to get it again without going there.
Well, I'm kind of spoiled. In most of my life, numerically, I lived in Arlington, Virginia. And there's a Trader Joe's, there's a Whole Foods,
Oh yeah,
and
they do a lot of import.
if you pay enough, if you're willing to pay $15 for a pound of coffee, yeah, you can get the best coffee from Peru, from any country.
Right.
I have a Trader Joe's literally 400 feet from the entrance of where I live.
Wow.
So you can relate to me, right? I love Trader
Wow.
Joe's.
I get mine mostly. I order it from different places online. Now, wherever I go, like I went to Malta last year and I brought coffee home in my suitcase. I bought a ton of coffee home when I was in Jamaica. When I was in Hawaii, I bring it home wherever I go. And then otherwise, in between, I just look online for places in other countries and just have it shipped.
Yeah, Cheryl, you just impressed us. I've never been to Jamaica. I've never been to
one time only.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's my
Excellent coffee.
Yeah. My normal coffee, like I usually buy, it's from Indonesia.
Okay.
Yeah, but let me get me some iced tea. So we're still waiting for 3 minutes. It's only three of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I promise you, in 2 minutes we'll start the reviews of flight because we have to cover them, right?
Okay.
And then we'll see.
Do you know how you can get like wine flights?
Say that again?
Do you know how you can get like flights of wine, different types of wine that you can taste and try?
I usually just order it from different places.
But what I was trying to get at is I'd like to go to a place that teaches you or has the different types of coffees that you can sit there and try, and they'll explain, well, this was made this way and this is made this way and this
yeah.
taste that way. Does that make sense? I'd
Yeah,
like to
I do.
learn more
Yeah, I know what
about
you're talking about. I did that for olive oil at a place in Michigan,
it.
and I've done it for cognac as well when I was in
All
France.
right.
I think the next class after CISSP, I suspect Cliff gonna take a sommelier class,
Yeah.
like an official sommelier class. Sommelier. You know what sommelier means,
Right. So I have to think about that, Cliff. Good point.
Because unless you have them and you can sit there and compare them next to each other and have them prepared properly.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, America's put so much junk in their coffee.
Oh, it's true.
It's like up here, you got Seattle's best. Everybody's got Starbucks, you know that. And they have a lot of special places up here in Seattle. But it's like, I'd like to be able to sit there and have one next to the other and actually be able to taste them next to each other and see which one I like.
Yeah.
And be educated on why it tastes that way.
Mm.
Because otherwise, I go for things like Death Wish coffee, and then there was a new one, something Diablo, where average cup of coffee, 6 to 8 ounces, has I think like 50 milligrams of caffeine in it, and these are upwards of between 200 to 600 milligrams of caffeine per 6 to 8 ounces. So
Well, it actually doesn't sound too bad. I mean, 60 milligrams, yeah.
And Death Wish you can actually buy online.
No, but your normal, I think if you Google it, normal serving of coffee is about 70, no?
And that's why I said 1,500. It's been a couple of years since I actually read the reports on them.
So 60 milligrams wouldn't get you wired. Like, I don't want to be wired. I want a little bit coffee. I did drink coffee a little bit just before this session. But I don't want to be wired. I don't want to drink like 100 milligrams or something. Like being jittery or something. No.
Right.
Well, I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie. I still want to skydive. I scuba dive. I used to race. So, but I like excitement.
No, it's skydiving. I can relate to that. Yeah, I have my skydiver's log. I'm not gonna share it, but each person who's doing skydiving, they have a log where they record each and
It's like with
every.
scuba diving. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm
Yeah.
actually certified for search and rescue on scuba diving.
Scuba diving, I cannot do, not anymore. I used to. I used to enjoy it because I have so many dental implants, and when I go below, so 10 meters, it's okay. 20 meters, no, not okay. It's like about 12 meters. That's my limit on my. I feel pain around my gums, and so yeah, I cannot dive below 10 meters. No, 11 meters, maybe 12 meters. Yeah, it sounds like a small difference, right? But it's no. I mean, Cliff probably can explain it, but
Well,
send
you
me.
figure all that weight's on top of you.
Say it again.
You figure all that weight is on top of you. People don't think when they're swimming, it's like there's the physics in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of physics involved, but I'm just saying, I can dive comfortably 10 meters. Below 10 meters, it's no, 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 no. It's kind of because my dental implants yeah, begin to feel very harsh. All right. To be honest, I'm looking at. Oh my gosh, we stopped. That. I'm trying to see where we stopped yesterday. So I think we did that slide. We did this one. We did this one, and if you know exactly where we stopped off, you can tell me. I think we did that one, or not. Maybe not. So we did not do the domain 7 quiz, right?
No.
I think that's where we stopped, right on the domain 7 quiz. So that's where we should resume. Yeah, we should resume a domain 7 quiz, and then yeah, I think that's where we should resume. Yeah. Anyways, how many people do you have? Hi. Good morning, Annette. Good morning, April. Oh my gosh, yeah. Robert, Will. Another 30 seconds and I will share the slides and we'll resume the session. So we have about 30 seconds if you need any kind of What I drink is called anise tea. It's like I don't know in English how you call anise in English. It's herb. It's one of the herbs.
That's good, anise.
Anise.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, but yeah, because I'm on medication. I'm trying to balance off the. I cannot take too much caffeine anymore, so I only can take 1 cup of coffee. Otherwise, I'll be like. So yeah, I know sounds weird, but yeah. Anyways, we have about. Let's spend 1 minute for questions if you have any, and then let me start. So in about 40 seconds, I will share with you the slides and we'll continue, right? So, pardon me. So we have about, let me see. We have about 160 slides to cover today and tomorrow. And it's your choice if you want to choose the slides, full coverage, or the questions. I mean, where's Shay from Israel? He's missing. Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm sharing the slides and resuming the session.
So, Alex, are we doing a Saturday class, or are we catching up enough that we don't need to do a Saturday class?
April, it's a good question. I was thinking about this. I need to ask Vincent. Whatever he arranged, I will comply with it. Whatever the arrangement he made. So
I don't think there's been a decision. I would like to know, because if we're going to do a Saturday, then I need to rearrange something. So
seriously, I thought Vincent made the arrangement.
I don't know, maybe I missed it. Did anybody see an arrangement?
April.
Nope, I did not.
Sorry.
April, please forgive me, but right now we don't have full consensus.
Okay.
8 people. So let's start the class. Let's start the slides, right? When I see 9 people or 10 people, or supposed to be, yeah. Then I'll do
Why don't we do a poll at the end of the class, like really quick, so we know.
That's also, I'm also showing it next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the class.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Me too.
All right.
Correct.
Thank you.
I'm trying to get this together. We're rolling and everything up, so.
So I can do class on Monday, but I'll have to get off like 8:55 because I'm fully booked for the next week, to be honest, and so it's a bit challenging. I prefer we do it on Saturday, please, if possible.
Then you need to talk to Vincent. That's the reason why there's no consensus, because you haven't talked to Vincent.
Well, let's do a quick poll right now. So it's 9 people. It's 9. Oh gosh. And because so how should I do the poll? Saturday. Okay, Saturday. 8 to. Gosh, 8. I would hate to do 8, but okay, I'll do 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Right?
That's better.
That would be hard for me, kind of harsh. Another one would be 10 a.m. to noon Eastern time. And when I say it's always Eastern time, right? And then let's do the option of doing 11 a.m. to, yeah, that would be 1 p.m. I mean, I can, oh yeah, I'll close another option. Fine, that's fine. For me, it's okay, no problem. We can do noon to 2 p.m. So let's see. Let's decide now, and I will inform Leeds and
Um, I'm Alex. For me, it doesn't matter time, so just go ahead and put me down for we're all in agreement. Put me down for whatever time I'm
thank
available.
you. Thank you,
Well,
Cleve.
basically, that's how the poll is set up. Everyone wants to go Saturday. It's just choosing what time.
Which I
Right,
don't care.
right. And I'm okay. I mean, I just don't want to do Sunday or the next week because honestly, next week I'm doing like a full event. It's intensive. It's like 9 hours every day. So next week I don't want to mess up. So, well, I mean, when I say 9 hours, um, that's with 1 hour for lunch break. But yeah, it's the next week even I'm fully booked.
I'm sorry. I stepped away. It's going to be for this Saturday, right?
Right. So it's Saturday. I mean, unless majority say let's do it Sunday, but Sunday's kind of, I don't know.
No problem.
Everybody goes to church, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
No problem. See.
so sounds like 10 to a.m. to 10 to noon. It's basically the perfect time for the majority. Okay, so I will tell Vincent that 10 to noon is the good time on Saturday. And unless I can't imagine, but unless unless 20 people tell, okay, let's do it other day, then yeah. Okay, let's do it on Saturday from 10 to noon Eastern time. Eastern time, okay? Eastern time.
And we're talking this Saturday, tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Just want to make
Yes,
sure.
yes, tomorrow. I mean, like I can do Saturday like year 2020, 30 or something, but I don't think you want that. All right. So I think what's the word? We will do it this Saturday from 10 to noon, unless Vincent has made some different arrangements, but I don't see it happening because he will 99% will agree with us, right? Okay. So thank you. Let me take a actually let me take a screenshot just for Vincent so he knows what's going on. Because Vincent, I like it. I like Vincent. I like him doing the logistics. I don't want to deal with logistics, administrative stuff, and crap like that. Yeah, I mean, he's good. He's good at that. So, all right, guys, let me share with you my screen, my slides. I am sharing actually. So let's do it. All right. All right. So we did. Unless any of you would like to go back and cover some of the slides that we discussed yesterday. Otherwise, that's where we are. That's the last slide we're supposed to cover from domain 7, right? So if you don't have physical data center, of course, you wouldn't deal with fire detection, suppression system, and all of those processes, right? Yeah. So then, if you don't have any questions, we will move to the quiz. So here, the key consideration should be the hours, like patterns, right? So if somebody normally working from 8 to 4 or from 9 to 5 or whatever, 9 to 6, and your access control system is configured to know their IP address, you know they're roughly somewhere in North Carolina. And of course, if you see someone logging in at 3 a.m. from Bangladesh or from India, whatever, then that should trigger, of course, right? Should trigger your investigation efforts. It's a good water, though. Okay, please look over. Don't be shy. We can go back to any of the sections. There's a section for each tab, and we can discuss them. Otherwise, we'll just proceed. So we have a domain quiz. And you should treat those domain quiz questions as practice questions because, yeah, if you see it on domain quiz, it has I would say 1 out of 8 chances of being on the exam. Yeah. And I'm saying 1 out of 8 because it's just a numerical ratio because there's only, well, the exam is adaptive. You know that, right? It's adaptive. So you may get, sorry, I apologize. It's burbujas. Yeah, bubbles. So,
Heuristic.
so the exam, on the exam, you may get, yeah. So on the exam, you may get 130 questions, or you may get 150 questions. You know that it's variable.
And what decides if you get 130 versus 150? Your activity, your knowledge level? Like if you're not doing good, they give you longer to 150 or?
So according to the official explanation,
Yeah.
some of the questions are not being scored. Okay. They're included for like their,
Yes, that's right. I did read that. Okay.
yeah, for the research purposes. And yeah, it's, yeah. So just to make sure everybody got this, it's deviation, right? And why? I don't know if we want to discuss or should we move on because we have a limited time.
Yes, go ahead and, what do they have to say about that?
Right. I've not heard deviation at all come up like in any test question. So what is that?
Seriously?
I mean, I know what deviation means, but why would that make sense here?
Well, because there's no explanation that I have, but because it's kind of common sense question. But if you think, so when you deploy Snort or any other IPS IDS system, right? The very first 3 months, 2 months, maybe 1 month is the learning period, right? So IPS IDS system will learn what is normal. And then the key um, for the alerts or the action would be deviation from normal.
Like if somebody started signing in from work from home at like 2 a.m. instead of 8 a.m., something like that.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
thanks, Cliff.
That's one example.
The
Not
deviation.
not the only one example. I mean, you think about the yeah, exactly. Excellent.
They even do things like geolocation. Like you start logging in from China or Asia
Mhm.
when you normally log in from America.
And with federal government systems, it's easy. We do like with I worked for a lot of agencies. Usually submit a request for not request notification, like a travel notification, and you say where you travel, blah blah blah, for what purposes, and they know. Let's say you're in France, right? And they put it in the system, and the system know that IP address from France is okay for now, even though with DHS they would just you can't log in, you can't work. Just, but yeah, it's some agencies they put it in system. They know that IP address from France is okay, but IP address from Bangladesh would not be okay, right? Because the person did not submit travel notification to Bangladesh, right? Or otherwise, person submitted request to travel to Bangladesh, not to France. Yeah. So
I'm gonna say Charlie because I don't think I've heard 0 day referred to anything except for malware.
um, okay. Any other opinions?
No, I agree, especially for ITIL. I agree because that's 0 day. They don't have any standards or processes. They have emergency change management, standard, and normal. But for 0 day, it's nothing. You have to be prepared through level layering. So I go with C.
Yeah, Charlie is good answer. And again, if you're in the federal government, it's easy because you'll get the notification from the Department of Homeland Security. They will email you notification of 0 day stuff. If you're in a private enterprise, that's a little bit more challenging because not most of companies in private enterprise they don't get this. They don't have access to DHS notifications now, and they have to pay for 0 day notifications. It's kind of challenging because I mean, how much would you pay personally if you're running a company? How much would you pay? That's a that's a tough question, right? But it's a real question for a lot of companies, and I'm like looking at companies. They say, "Oh no, 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 fuck no." I'm sorry, pardon my French. They would they would not pay. They would not pay because it's too expensive. You're talking about $100,000 per year. Anyways, sorry. Let's focus on the domain quiz.
B, all above.
Delta is excellent question. Yeah. Yes. Doubt is excellent. I mean, not question, answer.
How
Sorry.
how can you explain that last one, please?
The last one.
Yeah.
I cannot.
How is a version of source code?
Oh,
It's
can
good.
I explain it?
Sure, sure. Go ahead, please.
Well, no, go ahead. You do it, Alex. Go ahead.
First, you do it, and then I'll see if I can update it.
So source code is going to, like, I look at change, all of this as change configuration management. They have to go through the change management process. If somebody changes software source code, if essentially they will probably impact an application in some way, right? So source code is not someone just type it in the code, but it's actually a reaction to the type of application, which will be change in the configuration. Like when we had all of those cars were one way, and then this one red car was one color. So if it changes that, then that will impact the infrastructure or the application. And essentially, I really did not know if and data set to me was this kind of like the same thing. If they're changing the data set around, they're making a change to the baseline, they're making a change to everything that's there, then that will essentially impact the application and infrastructure and change, and it could break something. I mean, we could bring the bank down for some reason if we're in banking. So that's why when I see more than two making sense, then I already know it's all above. I don't really have to go into the other ones as much. That's my explanation. That's like my reasoning.
That
Thank you.
it was
Thank you.
good. It was good. It was like a long winding road.
But it got there, right?
You
Does
got
that
there.
make sense?
It's correct because
It was the scenic route.
no, because look.
That's my problem. I always do that. I gotta get better with that.
Oh no, Carino. Um, Look, configuration item should include everything, and that's the simple explanation. Any change should be subject to configuration, what they call it, CCB. Yeah, I mean that's the basic answer. Yeah, but you got it right. Yeah, but in general, if you see question on the exam and you see configuration item CI, that's a request to CCB, change control board, or sometimes maybe called differently. But yeah, it's everything should be subject to CCB, like every change. And it doesn't mean that it should be difficult approval process. No, no, it's more of especially for regulated agencies. You remember we talked about this. It's more of an issue of recording things. So if auditors come, you need to show them the evidence that it was properly processed through the process, through your process, whatever process you established. So it's yeah, and it's especially important in the context of private companies or yeah, industrial manufacturing companies, because if you cannot demonstrate that CCB was change control process was actually executed, then you you may be fined like millions of dollars fines. It's not a joke. Yeah. Anyways, we are in domain 7 quiz. Question about computer security incident handling guide.
That'll be C.
Charlie's excellent choice. It is correct. Yes, it is correct. Oh fuck! I'm sorry. I apologize for. That's why I said this, because I wasn't sure if it moved. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody needs explanation or rationale? Should be kind of.
Alpha.
No, I think that's C.
Um,
I'm gonna go with C.
I think
okay.
it's
Okay.
admissible.
Well, actually, guys, maybe I should. It's delta, right? But what?
You-
Yeah, it's delta. So it's G, the correct answer. And maybe we should switch to different mode for the. If you want to do more review questions, practice questions, maybe we should stop doing guessing and just moving fast, and I give you the correct answer, because the time. If you want to cover everything,
What
that's
explanation? Do they have an explanation for that one?
Yeah.
so. Evidence is material used to support a theory, an argument concerning the events of an alleged crime. So there's alleged crime. I mean, why would you preserve digital evidence? Why? Because there's
Well, it's like the
possible.
chain of custody. If you can't
No,
prove chain of custody,
no, but in general, like at the high level, like take the 10,000 feet view, 10,000
okay,
feet
at the
view,
high level, now I understand what you're saying.
10,000 view, right? Why would you even have digital evidence? Because it's not free. You are private enterprise. You're spending money. Why would you even have digital evidence? Yeah.
Sort of like us that are more technical. The having it be a 10,000 foot view, just it needs to be believable. Where us being more technical, we need to know exactly A, B, C, D, E. How does that make sense? Am I like gone?
Let me read it for
Not
you
clear.
guys. Let me read it. Evidence is material, right? Evidence is material used to support or substantiate legal claim concerning events in a crime, possible crime. So you think here, okay, something bad happened, really bad, and I mean, otherwise you wouldn't keep the digital evidence, right? So you want to present it in a format that is understandable to the judge or jury. Yeah. Well, that's the official explanation they have. So let's move on. Evidence should be believable by the jury, and the jury may not be very technical. Usually they are, because they invite witness testimonies from technical people. Actually,
You know what I was thinking, hearsay. Were you thinking that, Will? Because I was thinking evidence is hearsay. Hearsay is not not acceptable in court. I think that's what I.
right? That's a good point. Yeah, hearsay is like, yeah, I'm dealing with this now. I'm not. I delivered the course in May. I haven't been paid, and I'm dealing with exactly what you just said, hearsay or whatever. And It turns out Department of the Labor, the U.S. government Department of Labor is involved because turns out more than like 20 instructors were not paid. And I'm like, I'm one of them. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. That makes me feel a little bit better, but not too much. Can you imagine? Anyways, so we're looking at the question 7.10.1.
That'd be 8.
I thought B.
It's gonna be
B.
B.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, B is the best answer. Incremental backups copy all data changed since the last time.
incremental backup.
Yeah,
Since the last time. Okay.
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. All
So
right.
if you do an incremental backup every day, then you're gonna need to do a backup for every day since the incident. If that makes sense.
Yep, that makes sense. Well, thank you.
Well, okay, I'm not going to talk about this too much, but 20 seconds. So, in the real world, let's say you're managing Tinder or other, private application. Do you care about a full backup? No, you care about incremental backup, what has been changed since the last hour, right? That's what it is. Yeah. All right. And remember, we only have this session and tomorrow, so we need to move on. We are the main 7. We need to start the main 8. So if you want me, I will just give you the answers and we'll move on because otherwise, I don't know.
Today's Friday.
I know. Happy Friday. Is it Friday? Really? Really? Hallelujah. But yeah, it is Friday. Hallelujah. Yeah, it is Friday. So that's what I'm saying.
C.
C is perfect answer. Yes. Correct. Yes. All right. Yeah, it's actually I don't have this one. What is this? My gosh.
I'm really not sure, but I'm just gonna go with C because
Yep. I don't
know what the other ones are.
I was
And-
going to go with C because I think I know what the other ones are, but I'll go with C too.
And see, I would say alpha because
Mm-hmm.
when you're dealing with acoustic, you're dealing with sound, and sound usually requires magnets for like speakers.
No.
Well, I'm
No.
just explaining my logic.
No. No, but yeah, the modern technology, they have those little devices like 1-inch size sensors. Yeah, so it's so cheap nowadays. Yeah. It's BMS. No, and I understand you because you're thinking about like 10, 20 years ago. Yeah. It's
What does
no.
BMS stand for?
So balanced magnetic switches. small devices. They're so cheap, and they place them. So think about for this type of questions. And so for each type of question, for each, not just for this type of question, for each type of question, I suggest, it's my suggestion, it's not IC square guidance, it's my suggestion. You need to imagine yourself, your cybersecurity manager there, right? And well, for me, it's easier because I have been. So imagine you're cybersecurity manager for an airport in Morocco, in Casablanca. Because Morocco, Casablanca is North Africa, for example, right? And you want to protect, you don't want hooligans, you don't want robbers to just enter it. So you deploy balanced magnetic switches, and you know they are consisting of two parts fixed to windows and doors, while the door and window is closed, and magnet holds the switch. But when opened, the circuit is broken and it's triggering an alarm or some kind of. Usually, it's not just generic alarm. Usually, you there'll be like with modern systems, you would see a window pop up showing you uh, video recording of the place, video, not recording even real time video. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what it is. And I, I don't want to lose your time on this question, but I could talk more about um, in the United States. They deployed those BMS devices. They're like really tiny, and imagine they communicate to a central service server. And if someone walking normal, there's no alert. If somebody starts running, there's alert. You can configure that. Yeah, it's I mean, most of you will probably never deal with these devices unless you're working in physical high security sites. Yeah. Anyways, so this um, so look at the word "except" first, right? And then
Okay.
there was a specific slide about this, right? So full interruption is the correct answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my God, my tea is over. Oh, okay. But sometimes when I'm answering your questions, I feel like I'm almost like consulting you. Oh God. So the correct answer is A. Let's move on, right? Correct answer is A. Oh gosh. Okay. So let's take a 10 minutes break. See what time it is in United States. It's 8, right? 7:50 in Washington D.C. and that's my benchmark. So let's resume at 8. Yeah. Thank you. Oh my God, where is it? All right. I hope you had enough time to get your coffee or whatever you drink. I love coffee. I love coffee. That makes me a little bit wired, but anyways, let's. We are on domain 8. That is supposed to be on domain 8. Yeah, supposed to move in on. And again, somebody told me to click or something, click and move my mouse, and that shows the. Do you see this slide or no? It's supposed to say domain 8. Please let me know.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. I'll give you 10 seconds for this slide. I don't think we need to read this. It's not
The
part of
slide's not
the.
showing now.
Oh my gosh. Maybe it's good. If I move to the next one, do you see it? 8.1.
I don't.
No.
No. Okay, let me.
There it is.
Oh my god. You see it now? this,
Yes,
this this software is so weird, this
I see
Google.
that.
Yeah, anyways. Let's move on.
And we see
So
that.
they gave a hypothetical situation when Jans is the newly appointed lead security engineer, right? I don't know why is he wearing jacket and tie, but anyways. And can you imagine lead security engineer wearing a tie and jacket? I don't know. In my mind, no. But since it says the company is based in Germany and he's like a German, maybe it's okay, right? Does he look German? I look, yeah. Anyways, so the idea is, yeah. And again, um, you guys must understand that my approach, I can talk about what is right, what should be done, or I could talk about what you need to remember for the exam, right? And so I'm trying to stay on the side of what do you remember? What do you need to remember for the exam, right? So for the exam, yeah, the bullet points are bullet point. You need to remember um, organizations must consider software security from start, not later on. You remember the I wish I had a like an annotation to like put it for you, but you remember shifting to the left security. If you don't, you so shifting to the left. So imagine like a bar which shows the SDLC, the software development life cycle, right? And so you have design phase, you have the um, solicitation of requirements, then you have the actual coding, then you have the code testing, then you have the user acceptance, and then you have deployment, and then you have the production, right? So historically, it was most of the security activities were focused on the production. When you have your application running, that's when you like run web inspect or app scan tools and stuff like that, and you try to detect are there any problems, right? But right now, making software secure by design means you shift it to the left on this diagram that that I don't have it here, that I cannot show you. I'm sure we get the idea. You're smart people. So this diagram underscores the same concepts. Yeah.
Can we go back to the prior slide?
Of course, honey. Yeah.
In the OSG book, it says that drivers are on level 2. Drivers and utilities are on level, I believe, level 2. Yes. Here is saying drivers and this is from IC Square. That book's from IC Square. It's saying drivers and utilities on 1 and 2. So that I'm confused here. What do you, in your experience, where are drivers and utility, and plus they're together on level 2. I think the operating system is on level 1, and of course 0 is the kernel.
Right. That's excellent question. Thank you. Excellent question. But think about this in terms of this is version 7 of the training material. Version 7, the latest. And so my guess, IC Square, they decided to reorganize it.
Ugh.
So ideally, you remember this one. The device drivers at ring 1 and utilities at ring 2 above, which makes sense actually, because device drivers cannot perform unless they have actually in my opinion, they should be at ring 0, because device drivers cannot perform unless they have access to the actual hardware. But yeah.
Well, where's the operating system is on level 0? Does that make sense with the kernel?
Obviously, yeah.
Okay.
No, it's totally obvious because. Go ahead.
Can I express one thing that I think might add some confusion to this, even though you see on the right where
Oh, please,
7 different layers start off with orange and then go green, and then the arrows show least protected to most protected, and at the top are showing green, and then they have the rings next to it, which are using a different colors of green, which to me could throw some confusion in there if you're correlating colors to what they mean.
Yeah, it's a little confusing.
Right. It's not like that in the edition 9. So maybe it changed in the OSC. In the
10.
OSC. Yes, maybe it changed in 10, but I don't know why they would like change it all of a sudden.
I'll look that up right now.
I think the green means that it's more secure from what I've read. The operating and the kernel is the most secure protected layer. So that's probably why it's green. And then as you go up, it's called the green and the data link and network are the privileged or supervisory layer, which are most secure. So when you go up to the application, that's why that's in red. That's users accessible to that. And that actually has to do with a call system, a call that has to actually go back to the green area to ask permission to move through. So I get the chart because that physical data link, that's the most secure area of this model, ring model.
That is an excellent, no, it's excellent explanation, because Imagine you managing a data center and you got those HP blades, right? So in your mind, what is more secure? Applications that run there or the actual hardware? Of course, HP blade by itself in your mind is more secure. You're a manager for the data center, right? Then you start connecting it and the risk is increasing incrementally because once you connect it, well, I mean, yeah, you
You're
have
asking for it.
more. Right. And then incrementally, once you deploy some applications, you install Windows or Linux, install Linux, and what happens? Oh my gosh, you got connections, you got those things. Your Linux connects to Red Hat, downloads some stuff. It's supposed to verify do the um, uh, SHA-256 verification of the packages, but and you're not happy with this because default installation is not giving you what you need. So you start installing more packages, and then you run compliance scan, and compliance scan says, oh my gosh, you got those packages installed, and they're not compliant with all those things." And so, yeah, it's incrementally more. Well, I shouldn't say more dangerous, but it's less risky. And risky is not equal to dangerous, right? You remember that? Because, yeah, in some cases, you want the risky stuff. Did we cover it enough? Should we move on? Yeah. But yeah, obviously, the physical layer is the most protected. Yeah. Well, because there's nothing running on it. So there's no apps, there's nothing. And still can be hacked, still can be in like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I gave you an example, real example from real life when physical typewriters were hacked. The ones that were shipped to the US Embassy in Moscow in Russia. And they're transmitting those strokes. It turns out they're unique. The sound is unique. And so, yeah, but nowadays it's application layers that's most concerned.
Okay. So this is about.
All right, so we have, and this again, this is not exact implementation of any model. This is not exact requirement of ISC square. This is an abstract model, right? So I want to make sure you understand it. The point here, so for the exam purposes, you need to remember that the trusted platform module is the most secure, right? It's hardware burned. That's where the keys are being generated. That's where the keys are being stored. And supposedly, and you remember, I told you, some of you may remember, I told you like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, that most of the TPM modern implementations, the latest implementations, they actually implement true randomness. So it was a big issue in the past, whether the random number is true random number or is it a pseudo random number. So then, of course, you need to remember for the exam, please don't try to remember all this squared, but for the exam, you remember that. So hardware TPM is the most secure, then kernel mode a little bit less secure, and then user mode is totally not secure. Not secure. That's what you need to remember. Should I go back? Any questions? Yeah. So now we're looking at comparison. And water as DOC, it's still very important. Why? Imagine you're developing application for nuclear submarine. Okay, it's kind of extreme example, but yeah. I mean, would you allow changes every year? You cannot. I mean, nuclear submarine, it goes out and it's there. It's gonna be there for like 50 years, right? So it's implementing changes every year. It's just not practical, right? So water as DLC would be very, very perfectly suitable for development of nuclear plant or nuclear submarine or some other utilities. I mean, you develop a system that controls water supply for your city. You're not gonna change it every year. That's not gonna be practical. No, 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 no. So from this slide, I mean, it looks fancy. All you need to remember is that the you remember shifting to the left, the concept. So the earlier you implement security, supposedly it will be the most cost effective. Less, yeah, it will cost. So that's all you need to remember from this slide for the exam purposes. Gosh, I wish I could have more coffee because I'm a little bit sleepy. Yeah. Anyways, most common errors, software design common errors. I mean, you could go to OWASP, look at the top 10. That will give you all the explanations. But do ask, please do ask questions about any specific bullet points. Otherwise, we're gonna move on. And
Can I see the other slide, please? The previous, real quick.
sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, yes, honey. I mean, I'm sorry. I meant to say.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate it.
No, I mean, the whole point here, you remember shifting to the left? The earlier you implement the security controls, supposedly, the less it will cost you. And now, would everyone agree with you? No, I'm serious. Tell me. A lot of companies say no because we don't care about controls. We don't want to implement those controls. We don't care. We just want to make money. And for them, sometimes not implementing controls is okay because if I can have a golden parachute and not spend $1,000 on this control. I mean, why not? Yeah, it's. I was doing SOX compliance for IBM for about 5 years, and yeah, I mean, you look at this, it's like, okay, what do we do? Do you want to comply with this requirement, or do you just want to take a chance? And maybe auditors will never discover this non-compliance. And yeah, the longer time it takes, like 5 years it takes, auditors probably not gonna look at that non-compliance that was 5 years ago. Who cares? Yeah. All right. Let's move on because we have so many slides to cover, right? Well, just a generic slide showing classical software development life cycle. Unless you have questions, we're gonna move on. I'll give you another what 15 seconds. But from this slide, the most important part is being able to recognize SDLC. So if you see it on the exam, you know what SDLC is, right? And that you need to be careful with that. You need to look at the context, right? It could be systems development lifecycle, a development of systems like you build server, whatever. But could be a software. Um, all right, moving on. Yeah, any comments, whatever you want to say, go ahead. All right, so this is general life cycle for the software development. There's not really much to discuss, but unless you have questions. Oh yeah, Jans, that's great. Oh my gosh. So they introduced this in each module. They introduced this hypothetical, or maybe they're real. I don't know. I never met um, personages, like persons. I don't know, but if we had like 100 hours to discuss this, we could probably discuss it. But otherwise, so when if you ever worked on software development project, you know there's a functional requirements definition, there's a security requirements definition, which is separate usually, right? Or could be the same, depending. I mean, some of the security requirements now are part of the functional because, well, it's considered to be functional. And there's additional that, like, kind of, you remember you talked about use and misuse cases. Yeah. So any questions about this slide? Yeah, they say develop project plan. It's kind of funny. What is a project plan? Yeah. No, I mean, it's a PMP. For me, project plan is not always what they say a project plan. For them, project plan for it's like a temporary, small effort. But yeah, the point here is, but for the exam purposes, yeah, remember, you have project plan. In other words, whenever there's function requirement, for example, implement a green color on the button, should be project plan. Well, yeah, it's a project plan. Implement certain encryption. Yeah, it's a project plan. Okay, but it's not really a project plan because in reality, you're just using certain libraries, right? So, anyways, and of course, there's a set test criteria, the defense strategy. Yeah. If you have no questions or comments, we should move on. Otherwise, yeah. So if you think about developing software for a new software for utility company that manages water plant for San Francisco or Arizona, Seattle. Seattle. Let's talk about Seattle, Washington State, right? You need to design system, design specifications. That's a serious effort, right? Right? Yes. And because most likely they have tons of legacy systems and you need to move them from legacy, pardon me, legacy systems to new systems, right? And it could be difficult, right? You need to update security test plans, document security baseline. And I'm talking about not talking about actual software development, talking about security perspective, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh gosh. What time is it? Yeah.
7:30.
Yeah, I know. I'm, uh, I'm out of water, out of tea. Like thinking, should I take a break or should just endure the lack of. But thank you for the feedback. Yeah. I mean, I prefer to move on because I want to cover as many slides as possible. Because honestly, we don't have much time. So,
Um, Alex, I have a question. So, where is the TCP trusted computer model?
mhm.
Where is that located? I know I'm a few slides up, but I'm just curious. Where is that?
So it is a physical part of a computer. I mean, most of your modern laptops, like I have a, what do I have? I don't know.
TCM.
Yeah, most of your laptops will have it built in and it's part of the CPU chipset.
Okay, it's not a part of the ring piece.
It's part of RAIN piece. It's part of the zero ring.
Oh, okay.
It's part of
Operating system.
no. It is not part of operating system. No, it is not.
Oh, okay.
It's part of the hardware.
Okay, and that's the TPM. That's Trusted Platform Module.
No, I mean, I'm glad you asked that because maybe some other people also wondering about this. So, a trusted platform module is not something that you can install. No,
Correct.
it's something that has to be built into your system, into
Right. I get it.
into your server, into your laptop, into your phone, whatever. It has to be there. If it's not there, no, you cannot add it on later. No. Well,
I
no.
mean, the TCP, so the Trusted Computer Model is where is it? I know it's the hardware, but where is it? Is it RAIN 3, the application piece?
It's not
I think,
trusted. It's not trusted computer module. It's
oh,
not.
what is it?
It's trusted platform module.
Okay.
Well, it's semantics, but
No, it's okay. I saw TCM,
no,
but
no, but no, no. You remember the? I can tell you a lot of things about how to do things in security, how to run programs and stuff, but the context of this course is CISSP, right? The certification exam. So, and I make every effort to limit it to this scope, because otherwise, I mean, if you hire me, if you, I don't know, maybe a program manager, maybe you can hire me. If you hire me, we can talk about all those things. But for the exam purposes, um, it is a piece of hardware. It's a little chipset. It's installed in your laptop or server, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. So here's some other methods and models for. Yeah, go ahead. For the exam purposes, you don't need to be like a savvy and all those methods because, to be honest, to be honest, uh, these methods they like today they exist, tomorrow they don't, right? They deprecated. So, so you just need to be have general understanding to be able to recognize. Yeah. So joint analysis development, originally for mainframes, each modern projects by integrate facilitation into management. Yeah, exploratory models, computer-aided software engineering. Um, in my opinion, please don't try to memorize those. Just remember the general abbreviations, concepts that they are valid. And if you see them on the exam, there'll be like multiple choice question, multiple choice. You will see this structured programming development, iterative development. And I don't know why they say iterative development instead of agile, but yeah. Yeah, be able to recognize them as valid ones. And to be honest, I don't think they will be on the exam. They may agile may appear. Yeah. Okay, I don't have my key. All right. So this is okay. This diagram also, please do not try to memorize. It's very, very abstract. It's just an abstract conceptual diagram. This one is a little bit more, well, unfortunately, there may be questions based on this diagram. Unfortunately, yeah, I've seen that. That's why let's spend like more than 30 seconds. I mean, this one is loaded, right? But the point here is the flow, workflow. Because if you start discussing each point, going to take forever, right? Because like, what is technical security debt? Oh my gosh. So I suggest you do ask questions about one or two specific items on this diagram. Then we move on.
So the takeaway is that DevOps is a continuous development model, and DevSecOps is the same thing, but it has security integrated into every step.
The idea is that DevOps has security gates, and that's usually the term used, right? Gates. So let's discuss one or 2 points. So, what is technical security debt? What is it? I mean, your experience. Alan,
What was the question?
I think Alan can tell us what is technical security debt. It's phase one.
Who's Alan?
Okay, no, no, Buzz Allen, no. that's a good one.
Alan
Okay.
isn't on the call.
No. Buzz Allen's not here. But okay, technical debt or security debt is something that you concept time to market, right? Let's say you have Tinder. You want it to be to the market today, actually yesterday, right? Yesterday. Your stakeholders, people who invested in you, they want it to be there. They don't want the stock market to go down. They don't want Tinder share to go down or Facebook, right? So they say, okay, we don't care about this stuff for now. Later do it. Later do it. Like encryption, do authentication, whatever, right? Security. And so that's the technical security debt on this slide. Things that for now can be the business stakeholders. They think right now we can forgo it, right? But yeah, tomorrow or maybe next month or maybe next year, we definitely need to go. We need to do it, right? So it's a technical security debt. And that's often the case with commercial entities. In the federal government environment, you'll probably never see that. Probably. Or maybe you'll see it, but it will be a short term, like, I don't know. They'll fix it in 6 months. And 6 months in business environment is very short term, yeah. Okay. Anything else? Any other point from this? You move on. After me. So we have about 18 minutes. Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah, we have about 18 minutes. So, gosh. So, yeah, the maturity models, CMMI is the most popular ones. There are many more. You just need to know that at the initial stage is ad hoc, then it's repeatable, then it's documented, then it's being controlled using some sort of analysis, being improved, so on. Yeah. Let's move on because we want to cover all the slides, right?
Do we need to cover all the slides if we're going to have a Saturday court class? Or
It's up to you guys because so official guidance from ISC Square says that we do not. I am not required to cover all slides officially. So that's the guidance from the IC Square. But your preference. I mean, what's more important for you to cover slides or to cover questions or to cover all?
I think the most important thing is for us to understand the concepts.
Right. I
Yes.
think I think he's asking Alex, can we do some of these slides tomorrow? So that we don't just go right through them. Like we're trying to understand the concept here. Right? Well, I'm not, if that makes sense.
You said it nicer than me.
I went around how do I go around the park? I go around the whole scenic route.
You just use just a cup of sugar or a spoonful of sugar.
Okay.
Guys, as long as you have consensus for the priorities, I will do it for you. Okay. Let's look at this. Check your understanding. So the correct answer is Charlie, right? Let me read the official feedback. Adding security layer in a software development cycle can be both expensive and difficult because any code added can have a knock-on effect. So this is the official explanation. Obviously, in the real world, you know why adding security layer, our security gateway in software development is expensive. You know why? Because 45 check marks, they're not free. They're very expensive. So, I mean, so, oh gosh, shall we? We're on slide 28. We have about 100 slides to cover. Do you wish to switch now to the practice questions, or shall we continue with slides? And let me do this quick poll because I understand it's. Oh my gosh, let me delete this one on Mesh or remove it. Yeah. But yeah, do you have consensus?
Scroll down. Scroll down.
Yeah, new one,
poll.
right? And okay, yeah, thank you. it's actually very useful. You comment slip because no, it still doesn't help. Okay. And now it'll be like, oh my god, questions.
Maybe not in Spanish.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck.
Preguntas.
Discúlpame. Discúlpame.
De nada.
Questions. Yeah. No. Did I spell it right? Oh my gosh.
No.
Questions. Oh my gosh. We are wasting time, by the way. You know? Oh,
Slides.
slides. Yes, exactly. And I'm okay with both. So, guys, you let me know. Oh my gosh, I need more votes because right now it's 50-50. And we wasted time. Please do it fast. Please. We only have like 20 minutes left.
10.
Oh my gosh. I think I spelled questions wrong, but anyways, you got it right. Anyways, let's do some questions. But keep in mind, we have about how many? We have about 100, no, a little bit less, about 80 slides to cover tomorrow. Okay, keep that in mind. So, well, you're gonna choose. I'll let you choose. You're gonna do slides, your slides, or the.
If you end the poll, you'll see the results, and then we can go on and do the questions.
Oh my gosh. Oh, no, which one? That. I'm looking at the wrong poll. Okay. So, all right. Let's do the questions for now, and then tomorrow you will tell me. Okay. So give me, please, about 20 seconds. I will open it up. And to be honest, I will tell you, to be honest, usually I don't do it this way because, well, usually the practice questions are not part of the review course. They're included in the package, and every participant has access to them, and they do it whenever they want to. But yeah, it's obviously very, very expensive. So I'm going to
Do we
question.
get a copy of the practice questions at the end of this boot camp? Is that what you're saying? We will get a copy individually?
Obviously, yeah, sure.
Okay, I
If
just
you,
want.
if you pay $4,000, yeah, you can get it.
So no, April.
I know, yeah.
No, I'm like, sorry. I was being sarcastic, but I apologize for that. Maybe I shouldn't be. So let me go to, because of time limitations, because we don't have much time, can I go to the part of the questions where they have the answers? Is that okay with you? I'm serious. Like
Yes, please.
you don't. It's where you don't have to guess the answers. You see the answers, right?
Oh, no, we want what we've been doing so we can figure it out and then understand and get it later.
No, it's because we don't have the time. We have time limits. I mean, tomorrow is the last session, so I mean, okay. So I'm gonna share with you questions with the answers, okay? So it's not gonna test your knowledge. It will just show you. Okay. I'm sorry, maybe I'm too old for you guys. But, yeah, that's how
I have boot camp sessions going on until Wednesday of next week.
I don't know which ones you're talking about, but yeah, maybe.
I have on the school calendar it says 4 a.m. boot camp on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yeah, we have it until next week.
I don't know because what I signed up for is 40 hours. So I'm not doing more than 40 hours. And actually, 40 hours is actually more than usual camp. Usual boot camp is from 9 to 4:30 with 1 hour for lunch break. So, but yeah, maybe I don't know what Vincent promised to you. I'm not sure. So I will stop on each question for 10 seconds, right? Okay. I think it's enough for each of you to digest it. So it was question 157, moving to 158, and it's with the answers. And we're doing this because we're in time crunch, right? Time crunch. Because tomorrow I want to finish the whole domain 8. And yeah. As I promised, 10 seconds for each slide here. All right, so let's move to the next. And let me know if you need to move back, backward to the. Oh, sorry, I'm going to turn off my camera because, yeah. Okay. So let me know. You're supposed to see question 160. The correct answer is identities. We are moving to the next question unless you object. And you can object. So we're in question 161. Oh gosh, sorry, my mouse not working well. Scrolling. But yeah. So we are moving to question 162. And as I told you, I'm giving you 10 seconds because we have time crunch. We have limits on time. Tomorrow we have to cover another 80 slides. This is the last session. So yeah. Okay. Scrolling down. And by the way, yeah, it's one of the oldest standards. Yeah, it's easy to remember actually. Well, if you ever struggled with the ODAP search command line, yeah, that should be easy for you. Done so many times. Anyways, moving to question 164. And again, if you please do sound off. If you need to go back for a second, you can go back. It's no problem. I will respect your request. But we have very little time. We have time crunch. Oh, please. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. 10 seconds is up. I'm moving down. And again, I wish to discuss with you all of those. And if you come to Lima or if I want to come to Arlington, or actually my next destination is Charlotte, North Carolina. I would love to meet you. Yeah, we can have a drink and discuss all of this. But for now, we have only 10 seconds to move, right? And, okay, it's not because, well, we had too many discussions, conversations. That's why we have limited time. Now, golden ticket attack with Kerberos, it's still pervasive. It's amazing. I think Microsoft, they should fix it. They should do some kind of, I don't know. It's still working, yeah. Should I scroll down? Okay. It's 9 a.m. The last one. And I do it because, well, great guys. Tomorrow we're gonna have the last session, and I appreciate your time with you. Thank you for being with me. And by the way, if any of you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, or if you want to come and to Lima and connect with me in person, that's fine too. Yeah. But I'm not gonna be in Lima for too long because Lima is not good for my health. I think I'm going to Cancun or Playa del Carmen. Yeah, like Mexico. So, anyways, have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Oh, I'll be joining tomorrow at 10.
So tomorrow at 10, yes, yes. And I will try to confirm it with Vincent because it's important. He's the finance. He's doing the finances. He's doing the logistics business stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think 10 is okay. For me, it's perfect.
I'll
I
see you
will-
at 9 because I'm central.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Happy fin de semana. Yeah, happy weekend.
Muchas gracias.
Mm-hmm. Sí, cariño.
Gracias.
There you go, April.